What's good, YouTube? Chaos Reality here with another deck profile. As you can see, I'm going to profile my empty jar. It's mostly complete. I'll probably add in a few more cards. And yeah, I'll tell you guys those cards while I go through the deck. But before I get through the deck, I think I'm going to start a new thing on my channel. Pretty much to help you guys out, my subscribers. Pretty much, if you are subscribed to me, then I could probably help you guys out in getting at least a little views, a little more, by you guys sending me a video or like a little segment if you want, and it'll be like a big shout out for you guys. So it'll be like a community thing. So like if you guys are subbed to me, then PM me saying that if you want to put your video on my channel, and then I'll post it. Just email me the video, title, description, whatever, and then I'll post it for you. But there are a few rules. One, you have to be a subscriber, of course, because I want to help out my subscribers. Two, maybe a shout out would be nice. Yeah, I guess shout out would be good, and that's about it. Pretty much just be a subscriber and maybe shout me out if you want. But mainly just be a subscriber. And I will post videos, your guys' videos, if you guys send me them. And so far there aren't any restrictions. But if people do ask me to post their videos, then I will probably put like a restriction, like maybe one of your videos like a week or something like that, depending how many videos I post for you guys a week. And yeah, pretty much that's that. Let's get onto the deck. I know you guys are excited for that empty jar. It's a really fun deck. I like it. And yeah, of course, gotta start with the empty jar. Well, not empty jar, morphing jar. This is a horrible card. When you see this card, you just want to just throw it away. Don't run this guy. Just kidding, but yeah, he's the main dude of the deck. He's really good. Then I run 2 tomatoes and a Sangan. I might bump it up to 3 tomatoes, cause I want to get tomatoes pretty early in the game. I don't even know if I have smart tomatoes that are not hollow, cause usually I like to play cards the same rarity. I would run Tour Guide, but it's in this deck, and I'm too lazy to get it out. And tomatoes are good because they can't be veilered. So yeah, 2. I'll most likely bump it up to 3 tomatoes, and then I run 380 changer. These are like 3 Book of Tayus. You banish it, change the position of a monster on the field. That's what she said. Yeah, pretty much. You banish it and then put Morphing Jar to face up attack. You cannot put him face down defense with AD Changer, or else that'd be too broken. Then I run 3 Battle Faders because I do not have Swift Scarecrows. And yeah, that's the monster lineup. I believe I run 10 monsters. That's pretty much all you need. If you guys want to add more stall or maybe like lava golems or something. And yeah, onto the spells. 3 Book of Tayu, flip it face up. 3 Book of Eclipse, flip everything face down, and then at the end phase your opponent draws a card. Or no, at the end phase all your opponent's monsters flip and they draw a card for each, which is good for you. And then 1 Book of Moon for that extra face down stuff. So yep, that's that. Those are the books. 3 Upstart Goblins. Pretty much life points don't even matter because you're gonna the object of this deck is to deck your opponent out with Morphing Jar, and you want to get Morphing Jar ASAP. 3 in 1 day of pieces. Pretty much, you want to activate these cards. Definitely if you don't have Empty Jar and you have nothing to protect you, then activate these. If not, what I do is I usually save them in hand, or if I get a Morphing Jar off, then every time I get these in hand, I'll set them. And then when I get card destruction, I'll keep that in hand, and then I'll activate 1 day of peace, 1 day of peace, 1 day of peace. So now your opponent will have 8 cards in hand, and you will have 8 cards also, but you run, what, like, this deck runs, I think, 31 spells. I'll probably bump it up to 33 spells, run 43 card deck, because I seem to deck out way too many times. But yeah, so your opponent will have 8 cards, and you'll most likely set 5 cards from your hand, and then you'll have this in hand, and maybe like 2 monsters or something like that. Then, if you have this in hand and 2 spells, then you set those 2 spells, activate card destruction. You discard 0 cards, and your opponent discards 8 and draws 8. So yeah, this will help you, like, so your opponent decks out and not you. And then I run 3 Dark World Dealings, pretty much to get closer to your Morphing Jar, and put those AD Changers to the grave. 3 Feather of the Phoenix pretty much recycles your spells, your books, and pretty much is the only legal way of stacking. And you could also use it for like card destruction too if you want. Never thought of that. 2 Stone Excavation. I have not ran this deck in forever, and I have no idea if this is at 3 or not. If it is at 3, then I'll run it at 3, but right now I have it at 2. Then I run 3 Mallets, pretty much. It's like a mulligan, pretty much, if you play Magic or Vanguard. Yeah, just good. Redraw your hands. I run 1 Hand Destruction because it pretty much evens you and your opponent out. So you discard 2, you draw 2. They discard 2, they draw 2. And then, yeah, pretty much. I might bump this up, maybe, but I only have 1, so I run 1. And then I run 1 Foolish to get 80 Changes to grave. I tech in a Burial from a different dimension. Pretty much, if I don't have Taius, or I run out of 80 Changers, which I usually don't, but sometimes it does happen. So I would Foolish Burial my 80 Changers, and I have like 2 or 3 back in the grave, so it's pretty good. And then 1 Swords, I'll probably bump it up to like 2, because just in case of like you don't want to deck yourself out and then your opponent has less cards than you, then Swords Revealing Light and just stall out. And then 2 Dualities to get you 3 cards into your deck. And then, yeah, that should be 41 spells. Cards I would add more of, probably add 1 more Swords, or maybe minus this, and add in 2 D-Fissures, 2 or 3. Probably 3 D-Fissures, because Valor is a little problem for this deck, but pretty much what you do is, say you have Morphing Jar, and then it's face up, so you were able to use the effect. No, what am I doing? No, I'm bad. So pretty much, let's say you have it face down, and then you activate Book a Taiyu, flip it face up, and then your opponent drops a Valor, and you're like, oh no, his effect is Valored. And you have a book in hand, I chain Book of Eclipse, flips him back face down, which is a plus for you, and their Valor doesn't work because he's face down. So yeah, guys, that's how you stop Valors, but I will most likely run 2 or 3 Defis, because this deck also does auto lose to Dark Worlds. And yeah, pretty much 3D Fishers is the way to go. And that's the deck, guys. Don't forget to like the video if you guys like it. And of course, up to me, Chaos Reality, signing out.